Hi YouTube, it's Lena and I'm here today with a declutter. End of year declutters, they're a thing. So as you guys know, I'm trying to go cruelty free in my makeup collection and I've hit a point of I need to let some stuff go. Like there's gonna be no way that I can finish a lot of this stuff. So I figured I'm going to be seeing my niece and my sister-in-law in about a week or so. I can pass this stuff on to my sister and my cousins. You know, just whoever wants it gets to have it. Because it's me being real with myself. I can only pan so much. So a lot of this stuff is from non-cruelty free brands. Not necessarily everything, but most of the stuff here is. And I have a couple of things mixed in that just, you know, didn't work for me. I never really messed with, and I just gotta realize, you know, let's pass some stuff on. So I have a lot of blushes because I basically took like my entire non-cruelty free section of my blushes and is like, okay, pick one. And I picked one, and these did not get picked. I have the Clinique Cheek Pop and Peach Pop. I'll see if someone wants this, but it is rather old, so this one might just get tossed. I'm not sure. I also have the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blush in Flushed. I don't know if they make any other shades. It is really pretty, but Neutrogena is not cruelty free. Honestly, these two are really close in color to one another, it looks like. I'm not surprised. There's only so many colors of blush. I took all three of my Maybelline Master Highlight by Faith Studios blushes because I really loved them because they were a highlighter blush, and I'm just like, I'm never going to finish all three of these. Let me just pass them on. Let's see, we have Deep Bronze, which pulls more orange than true bronze. We have Coral, very pretty. And we have what was probably my favorite in Pink Rose. And I also have the just the straight highlighter one in here when I went through my highlighter stuff. And it is in the shade Natural, but it worked as a highlighter for me. So I figured I'd show all those at once. I have these three Benefit little minis from a blush set I bought a while back. I still have the Hoola and Light because I'm going to work on that next year. But I have California. Of course, I know that because these are just the powder versions, they don't quite look like the gelée versions that I know are out there. Rockateur, that one I did use a decent bit. And Gold Rush. Ow. This is actually a recent purchase from Ipsy, but I didn't like how it looked on me. The Balm's Autobalm Girl Powder Blush. It is in the shade... What shade are you in? Bourbon Street. There it is. Like, it just didn't want to blend right on my skin, so I figured I'd let that go. My dog is being a nut. I don't know what he's barking at. The cat's in here with me. I have a MAC Blush in Pleasantry. I have another MAC blush that I think I'm just going to throw away because it's hella old. It is Divine Desire, and I've been having trouble getting pigment off of it, so this one's going in the trash. Or maybe back to MAC, I don't know. Another thing that's probably just going to get thrown away is this Almay Make 'em Jelly Highlighter in Mermaid Magic. I can't imagine anybody I know is going to want this. And I can't make it look right on my skin no matter what I do, so I'm just going to chuck it. I have this, let's see, this is the Cheek to Cheek Blush Palette and the Betty Boop one from Ipsy. This was something that just would not give me any pigment payoff. And while I can definitely work with a light blush, I gotta get something out of it, so I think I'll just pass that on. Here we have the Wet n Wild Mermaid Highlighting Bar. I searched for this sucker, but I'm never gonna finish that. It's like a green highlighter. I have a green highlighter when I want it, so I can let that go. I loved this back in the day. I recommended it all the time. It's the Physicians Formula Nude Highlighter. It's that little brick one, but it's one of those things that, like, I'm never going to finish. I'd rather use my other stuff rather than try to use this up. It'd take me 2 years. Just, no. Here we have the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Platinum Bar, and I know this is in a particular shade, but it sure doesn't say it on here because they ended up coming out with like 4 of these on the website, and I got the lightest one. Just passing that on. And this one kind of hurts to give up, but I figure with the bronzers I'm going to work on next year, more than likely, I probably won't get to this, and I figure it's better just to pass it on. The L'Oreal Glam Bronze Bronzer for Face and Body. This is in the shade Light, and this is really good, y'all. But L'Oreal's not cruelty-free, and I really want to knock down the non-cruelty-free percentage in my collection, so I just need to pass stuff on. Just figure out what I love best that I really want to use up and pass on the rest. Now here is a MAC Casual Color Lip and Cheek Color in Young at Heart. And it's still good. I'm going to see if anybody wants it, but if they don't, I will probably toss it or do it for Back to MAC. I know I'm mentioning Back to MAC when I'm going cruelty-free, but I'm probably going to let my niece pick out a lipstick or two and then just do the recycling part. But it's basically full because these are like impossible to pan. I've watched people try. So we'll see if anybody wants that. And I have some depotted stuff right here. Let's see. We have some Physicians Formula blushes right here. Little Benefit Trio. And these are actually from Inglot, which they are cruelty-free to my knowledge. I've just never really fooled with them after a friend of mine decluttered them to me. So I figure I will just, pass them on. Maybe somebody else will get some joy out of them. I have this little Catrice, the Modern Matte palette. I don't know if they still make this. It is actually really good eyeshadows. They're all matte. But I have plenty of matte eyeshadows, and I'm not just a matte eyeshadow girl like some people are, so I figure pass them on, or matte eyeshadow person I should say. I have 2 of these Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeshadow quads from the Roses collection when that was a thing, but this is Bed of Roses, it's the pink one, and House of Thorns. Never going to finish them, so I should just pass them on to somebody who will enjoy them. And I have some eyeshadow singles here. Let's see, we have a Rimmel London Magnifies and Minted Meteor. I know I have other colors like that. It's very pretty, but I know I have other stuff like that. I don't need to hold on to it. A L'Oreal Havana by Camila Cabello eyeshadow in Hot Havana. So it was from that collection. This is not as pigmented as I want it to be, so I'll let that go. And I'm finally relinquishing my last infallible, what were these called exactly? These little pigment things, and this one is in gold and emerald. This one's really old. I will probably just toss this as well, but this is my last one. They are very pretty, but I know I can get that elsewhere now, so. Let's see, I actually have the full-size palette of this now, so I figure I'll let this go. It's the Balms Meet Matrimony eyeshadow in Matte Kumar. I got this from an Ipsy bag a while ago, but I now have the full-size palette, so I don't need that. Here is an old school Ulta eyeshadow in Penny. It's actually really pretty for a one eyeshadow look if you're into that sort of thing. I am not, so pass that on. I swapped for this, and it didn't turn out the way I wanted. Like, the picture of it versus seeing it in person were 2 different things. It is a Medusa's Makeup matte eyeshadow in the shade Bermuda. I thought it was more purple. Like, when you see that, it looks like it's purpley, but it's just like charcoal gray when you actually like swatch it or put it on, so. Not super into it. I have a Jessie's Girl Mineralized Baked Powder Eyeshadow. Unfortunately, I cannot... Oh, it's a Graphite Frost. Never used that. And a pigment from Furless, Furless, or is it Sinister in the shade Furless? I don't know, but I don't know. But this is something that came as part of a swap that I did. No, I'm sure I will be decluttering other stuff, but I started going through my stuff and figured, why don't I tell you guys what I'm deciding to get rid of? But this is what I've picked out so far. Thought it'd be fun to show you guys. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it. And hopefully I will see you later. Bye.